Good morning again, folks, from the largest lunatic asylum in the world. It's called Ireland. The international protection circus continues. The mainstream media and the state have gone silent on how many planes full of scammers with no documents have landed at Dublin Airport this week. Tempers are inflamed in Dáil Éireann. One Wexford lady said that if even one child is made homeless when the landlords are permitted to reclaim their rented properties later this month, she will bring that child into the Dáil and place it on the substantial lap of our well-fed Cian Corla. An inconceived clampdown on the lifeblood and backbone of the tourist industry, our Airbnb hosts, has been postponed, thankfully, due to EU Parliament concerns over proposed restrictions on our own citizens and old age pensioners' liberty to use their own homes to supplement their miserable and meagre incomes and pensions in these times of serious inflation. Here is the resolution that will stop Sinn Fein from achieving a vast majority in the next election. I give it to all you idiotic public servants and TDs free of charge. 1. Leave the Airbnb select sector alone forever. Tourists from America don't want to spend their days in a dingy hotel when they arrive here, maybe with the sixth floor full of migrants and the fourth floor full of migrants, and they occupying the fifth floor. And it's not a very good condition for uh, visitors to have to put up with. They would much prefer, an Airbnb. Now, extend the ban on evictions. Give all small landlords a new tax rate on rental property of 25 instead of 50%. Increase housing assistance payments to tenants to current market conditions in each county and city. Pay small landlords any substantial arrears that have been built up by their tenants who have defaulted on their portion of the housing assistance payment due to their having been out of work during the pandemic through no fault of their own. Finally, stop making multimillionaires out of opportunistic businessmen who are buying up dingy hotels and empty halls in every little town and country, village in the in Ireland, and inflaming racism in our population by filling them with young men from North Africa and beyond. One other thing, persuade the American ambassador to ask his government to allow Iran and Venezuela to begin pumping the largest oil reserves in the world onto the international market and end the sanctions and end the artificial energy crisis that is destroying Europe and closing down Germany this Monday in a national strike of public transport workers. One more thing, if the world's munitions manufacturers and the UK, as they have promised this week, send unlimited amounts of depleted uranium tipped shells to the Ukraine with which to attack Russia, an unborn generation of young children in the areas where those shells will explode will die from cancers from breathing the particulates of the depleted uranium, as has been proven now in Iraq after such munitions were extensively used in that war by the Americans. Go and Google the effects of depleted uranium on human beings. It takes a couple of decades for it to happen, but a pandemic is nothing compared to the cancer epidemic that is being faced by unborn children in Iraq and Russia. And Mr. Putin is rightly, mightily annoyed over this. Are we sleepwalking our way into some kind of a nuclear holocaust? After all, both countries, at least Russia and all the UN, have small tactical nuclear weapons. So if Mr. Putin decides that the uranium tipped shells are the beginning of a nuclear attack on his country, will he respond initially with a few small nuclear devices to stop the Ukrainians in their tracks? And will this then escalate into the unthinkable? Now, I ask you to stop the war and insist on peace talks now and use your influence to spread the word and stop the war. Good night, folks. Take care. Don't forget my website, the deadliest ever Irish coalition government. In fact, we could talk about the deadliest ever EU governments and the deadliest ever United States American governments also. But the world is on the brink of catastrophe, let's face it, and we're sleepwalking, and a nuclear holocaust is such a dreadful specter that people think it could never happen. Well, I can tell you, war can always happen when the the war is in the hands of people who have no connection with reality and with ordinary people. Good luck, folks. Talk to you again.